Hello and welcome, this is League Story, and this is going to be the lore of Warwick, as summarized by me. Now I know you're wondering, why are you summarizing the lore? Well, you know, just want to try new things. I didn't really get a lot of likes on the last video, so I figured maybe it was too boring. It sounded kind of boring, so I'm going to start talking a lot more good. Anyways, so Warwick was basically a criminal. He was a bad guy, and no one really liked him. I'm assuming, because do you guys like criminals? I don't like criminals. He wanted to change that about his life, but the thing is, that's hard to change, and he got kinda put into a bad position. Warwick was captured by Singed, and then eventually tortured, basically to death through all the experiments, which was pretty hard, because Singed put tubes and pumps over his body to basically regenerate him when things got too rough. But somehow Singed managed to still kill Warwick. Like, honestly, like, you put these tubes and stuff in him to like keep him alive, but yet you do so much damage to him physically that it still kills him anyways. I don't even want to imagine the mental stress he went through, but the Lord tells you, it shattered his mind. He didn't know who he was anymore. He didn't know what he wanted in life. All he could see was blood. And that's not good. So basically what Singed did after that was what all deranged, maniac, murderous scientists do. He eat him off a cliff or something into a channel, leaving him for dead. Singed didn't care. Warwick died. To Singed, Warwick was garbage. He didn't want that anymore, so he took out the trash. It's kind of messed up, but you know, that's who Singed is. He's a messed up person. So because Singed is what I'm assuming is a bad scientist, he did not realize that because Warwick died, that was the final element that Singed needed all along to complete his experiment. The pumps Singed installed started pumping, and they resurrected Warwick. Now the crazy thing is they don't really explain how or why, but they just say that the liquid starts transforming Warwick into a wolf. He grows tails, teeth, claws, all the whole things that wolves would have. And then it makes it clear that Warwick doesn't know who he is anymore. He completely lost all his memories, and he just has that feral thirst for blood and hunger. And so he just goes on a killing spree, literally killing anyone who is unfortunate enough to stumble upon him. After a few dozen murders, Warwick finally gains control of his consciousness and realizes that's not who he wanted to be. He wanted to be a good person, but Singed took that away from him. Singed turned him into a monster, made his dream virtually impossible. But through that, Warwick realizes that his dream's not over. He can still be a good person. He doesn't have to be a murderous criminal anymore, but he still has to be murderous. So he decides that he's no longer going to murder the innocent, but rather he's going to murder the criminals, those who deserve it, those covered in other people's blood. And like that, Warwick becomes Warwick, the uncaged fury of Zon. Now, I personally like that story. It gave you a sense of who Warwick is now, based off his new, I guess, skill set. But like his old lore, it made him he was a con man. He was an evil person. It made you hate Warwick. It made you happy that he became a monster, and it made you happy that, you know, he was miserable. But in this story, it's kind of the opposite. He was a bad guy who didn't want to be bad anymore. He didn't want to hurt people. He wanted to turn a new leaf. He wanted to be good. But Singed got in the way of that and turned him into a monster. He used that newfound monstrosity form of himself to still try to turn over a new leaf. He's no longer going to kill the innocent. He's only going to kill criminals, people who deserve it. And because of that, he's kind of like Batman of Zon. He's not the hero that they need, but he's the hero they deserve. Well, that's basically the lore of Warwick. If you like that, please like and subscribe. Leave comments on how I may improve the videos. Remember to share with your family and friends. And whoever you want to see next, let me know in the comments down below. So far right now, I'm going to do Sivir next. That's going to release next week. And then I'm going to do Varus, which I'm actually really excited about because he has a completely new lore that just released yesterday. Other than that, this has been League Story, and thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed it and have a great day.